So welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our Vinyasa Flow Level 1-2 class. I hope that you're having a lovely Thursday, June the 25th, 2020. The time is just a few minutes past 12 o'clock and we are ready to begin our practice today. So without further ado, we will begin lying on our backs with our knees bent and our feet about hips width distance apart. So whenever you're ready, join me. Okay. So as you continue to breathe here, you're just going to begin to find your way into your breath. And as you find your way into your breath, just start to notice your inhalations and your exhalations here. And breathing in and breathing out. And as you continue to breathe, take your hands, place them back behind your head, lift the chest up, and just extend your right leg all the way forward. Flexing across your right foot, flexing across your left foot here. So lift the chest, the heart, the sternum up. As you exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg on forward. So we're actually getting right into it today. Draw that left knee in and extend the right leg on forward. Good. So you'll take your hands and you can bring your index fingers to touch. Just lift the chest, lift the heart. Just see if you can lift those shoulders. Right knee draws in. Let's change to the other side. Good. And then once again, left knee draws in. Let's change to the other side. As you continue to breathe here, just alternating from side to side, lifting that chest and heart. Draw that left knee in, and right leg extends. And draw the right knee in, and the left leg extends. Good. And then you'll draw both knees into the chest, let the head drop down, let the eyes soften for a moment. From here, let's extend both legs up towards the ceiling, extend those arms on up. Lower the right leg down again. Inhale, float the right leg up. So this time, just keep your arms at center. Lower the left leg down again. Inhale, float the left leg up. So keep your eyes peeled towards your abdomen. And just see if you can use your abdominal muscles here to contract them down as you continue to alternate right and left legs. Good. Breathing in, inhale, lifting up, and continuing forward. Excellent. Let's hug those knees in and rock those knees right and left. Good, and as you feel ready, rocking forwards and backwards here, just begin to roll on up. Take your legs, glide your legs back behind you, spread across the fingers here. And you're going to release your way back and down into Child's Pose. So release that head on down. And breathe here. So see that the thumbs are pressing down. See that the pointer fingers are pressing down. And now as you press down through thumb and forefinger, inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum. Good, as you tuck the toes underneath, float the thigh bones back, downward facing dog pose. So spread across the fingers here. Keep wrapping those outer triceps in. Keep hugging that belly in as you lengthen those side ribs all the way up towards the hip bones here. Good. And then from here, you'll begin to shift forward into plank pose. Spread across the fingers. Press down through the thumb all the way through the forefinger. Wrap your outer triceps in. Take the heel bones back. Lift the inner legs up. Exhale, taking those thigh bones back. Downward facing dog pose. Good again. Inhale, shift forward. Continue to spread across the back of the spine. Allow the belly to hug in. Root down through the thumb through to the forefinger. Breathe here. And as you exhale, glide those hips on back and find your way into downward facing dog pose. So again, inhale, shift forward into plank. Spread across the fingers. See that the thumbs are pressing down. See that the forefingers are pressing down. Forearms draw forward. Top of the arm drives back. Press those heels on back. Downward facing dog pose. Good. Downward facing dog pose. Float the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Open the right hip up. All right. So as you bring the right knee back to center, draw the right knee into the chest, round the spine here. Good. Inhale, drive that right leg on back. Exhale, drive the right knee over to the left tricep here. Inhale, float that leg on back. One more time, right knee to right tricep. Pause here. Inhale, float that leg back. We'll take the right foot and place it in between the hands. Release the left leg up. Inhale, float the arms on up. Raise up through the fingers here. Lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. Continue to breathe in here as you hug that belly in. As you exhale, you're going to take your hands all the way down to the mat. You're going to walk your right foot out. Press your right hand down on top of that right thigh. Hug your right outer hip in. And as you begin to allow the left shoulder blade to draw in and down the spine, inhale, float that right arm up. So hug the right outer hip in. Breathe here as you spin the left side of the chest all the way up towards the right fingers. Good. As you exhale here, walking your right foot back to center, taking your right hand down to the mat, pressing back to the left foot, coming into a lunge pose, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum here, and then gliding the arms back behind you. So just see that those palms are extended. See that the belly is lifting just a hair off of the right thigh. Keep pressing through those fingers. Imagine you're hugging a block in between your hands. Feel the shoulder blades moving down the spine. Allow the belly to hug in. Zip in from the pubis to the navel. And as you feel ready, inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Anjali Asana or crescent pose. As we exhale, we'll release those hands down. Glide the right leg back. Shift forward into plank. Plank pose to Chaturanga. Chaturanga to upward dog. Upward dog to downward facing dog. Good. So spread across the fingers here. Firm in the outer triceps. Hug in the belly. Release the head on down. Breathe. And as you feel ready, you're going to extend your left leg on up. So see that the fingers are spread wide apart. Continue to draw the right outer hip back. Continue to hug that belly in. As you exhale here, draw the left knee into the center chest, round the spine. Good. As you inhale, float that left leg on back. As you exhale, draw the left knee over to the right shoulder. Inhale, floating that left leg on back. One more time, left knee over to right tricep here. Inhale, floating leg back. And as you feel ready, stepping the left foot in between the hands, release that right knee down. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling for Anjali Asana pose. Good, so hug in the belly here, lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. You'll take your hands, you'll place your hands down on that mat. Right hand comes down to the mat, left hand on top of the thigh. Begin to walk that left leg out to the left. Hug the left outer hip in. Inhale, float the left arm up and over your head. Spin the right shoulder in. Continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. Good. And as you feel ready, you're going to take that left foot, bring it back to center. Press the left hand down. Press the right heel back. Inhale, float the arms up and along sides of the body. So as you feel ready here, glide the hands down to the mat. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Anjali Asana pose. And breathing here. Continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. And then as you exhale, glide those hands down to the mat. Step the left leg back, shift forward into plank pose. Hold. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose. Add a bend to those knees. And spread across the fingers here as you wrap your outer triceps in. Continue to lengthen those thigh bones back as you hug the belly in towards the navel. Begin to walk the feet forward towards the hands. As you inhale, lift the chest on up. Come up halfway. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana arms. As you exhale, glide the hands back down into the sides. So as you inhale, float your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway here. Good. Take the hands down to the mat. Walk the feet on back. Find your way into plank pose. Plank pose, shift forward. Chaturanga, upward facing. Downward facing dog. So spread across the fingers here. See that that belly continues to hug in. Continue to wrap those outer triceps in. Good. And as you feel ready, you'll step the right foot in between the hands again as you spin the left heel out. Inhale, float the arms up for warrior one. Nice. Straighten across that right leg for a moment. See that that left outer hip turns in. Rebend deeply into that right knee. Excellent. As you exhale, glide the hands on down. Step the right leg back. Shift forward, plank to Chaturanga, to upward facing, to downward facing. Good. And as you feel ready here, step the left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down. Press into the right outer foot. Bend into that left knee. Inhale, float the arms on up. Anjali Asana's pose. Warrior one pose. So straighten across that left leg. See that that right hip spins in. See that that left hip drives back. And drawing that left knee to a bend again. Exhale, lower on down. Stepping the left foot back. Shifting forward into plank. Chaturanga, upward and downward. As you release on here. Good. From downward facing dog, look in between the hands. Walk, step, or lightly jump the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen here. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, gliding the hands down to the sides. So inhale, spin the arms up and look up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen here. Take the hands down to the mat. Walk the feet back, plank pose. Plank pose, Chaturanga. Chaturanga through upward, upward through downward. Downward facing dog pose again. This time we're going to step the left foot in between the hands and spin the right heel down. Inhale, float the arms up for warrior one. Press through the right outer foot. Bend deeply into that left knee. See that the feet are spreading wide apart here. As you exhale, glide those hands down to the mat. Step your left leg back, shift forward plank. Chaturanga, upward and downward facing. Good. Take your right foot, step it in between your hands, spin the left heel down. Inhale for warrior one. And as you exhale, glide those hands back down. Shifting forward to plank, Chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing dog. So breathing here, spread across the fingers, hug the belly in, wrap your outer armpits in as you breathe. Good. And then as you feel ready, walking the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Let's take an Utkatasana chair pose for a moment. Good, and straighten across those legs as you bring the hands to the center chest. My apologies, trash men are here. Inhale, float the arms up as you bend the knees. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening here. So take those hands down to the mat. Walk the feet back, plank pose. Plank pose, Chaturanga. Chaturanga through upward facing. Upward facing through downward facing. So spread across the feet. Step your right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down. Inhale, float the arms up for warrior one. Warrior one pose, straighten across that right leg. Rebend deeply into that right knee. Good. From here, glide those hands back down to the mat. Stepping your right foot back, shifting forward, plank, Chaturanga, upward and downward facing dog. We're going to step the left foot in between the hands now. Spin the right heel down. Inhale, float the arms up. Warrior one. So once again, straighten across that left leg. See that that right hip turns in. See that that left hip drives back. Bend deeply into that left knee. Release the hands down to the mat. Gliding your left leg back. Shifting forward plank. Chaturanga, upward and downward facing dog. Good. So downward facing dog, being here for a moment. And as you feel ready, walking, stepping, or lightly jumping the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold. We're going to come back into Utkatasana chair pose. Bend those knees, lift the chest. Straighten through the arms. Release the palms down to the sides. All right, one more time. Inhale, float the arms up, Utkatasana. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Hands come down to the mat. Walk the feet back, plank. Plank through, Chaturanga. Chaturanga through upward. Upward through downward. Spread across the fingers here. Good. And then from here, you're going to step your right foot in between the hand, your left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down. Inhale, float the arms up. Warrior one. Straighten across that left leg. Bend deeply into that left knee. And Vinyasa. So we just moved through here. Nice little Vinyasa. So today's class is rather straightforward. We're going to step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, float the arms up. Warrior one. Straighten across that right leg. Bend deeply into that right knee. And Vinyasa again. So we have the opportunity, if you will, to kind of move forward through B flow. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, pressing on back. Good. So once again here, looking in between the hands, walking, stepping, or jumping the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Bend those knees, Utkatasana. One more time, take the hands to the chest. Okay. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthen. So you'll take the feet back, walk the feet back, find your way into plank pose. Hold here for a moment, spread across the fingers, firm the outer arms in, hug that belly and lift through the inner thighs. As you exhale, float those thigh bones back, downward facing. Downward facing dog, step the right foot in between the hands. One more time, spin the left heel down, warrior one pose. Good, from warrior one, now straighten across that right leg. Walk the right toes into the center of the mat. And bend that right knee as you move into warrior two. Arms extend out to the sides. All right. So keep driving that left hand back. Keep lengthening through those right fingers. You're going to straighten across that right leg. Hinge at that hip. And place your right hand down towards the mat as you lengthen the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling here. Press through the right ball of the foot. See that that right outer hip is driving back. See that that left ball of the foot's pressing down. Left pinky toe side of the foot's pressing down. So that left thigh is drawing back. Continue to lengthen through the right chest. Inhale, floating the arms up. Bend deeply into that right knee. Inhale, reverse the warrior here. Good, as you exhale, lower the hands down and move through a Vinyasa. So shift forward plank, Chaturanga, upward, and downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose, step the left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down. Inhale, float the arms up. Straighten across that left leg. Walk the hands out to the sides. Take the arms out to the sides. Hinge at that left hip and glide your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. So press through the left ball of the foot here. See that that left buttocks hugs in. Press through the right big toe mounts. See that that right hip drives back. Continue to lengthen through the left side of the chest here as you breathe. Inhale, float that right arm up. Bend deeply into that left knee. Reverse the warrior pose and windmill your hands down to the mat. Glide forward, shift forward into plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Okay, so spread across the fingers here. See that the fingers are spread wide apart. And see that the forearms continue to lift up off the mat. Now from here, you're going to begin to walk the feet forward towards the hands. And you're going to look down in between your hands here. Now, lower the knees to about an inch off the floor and be here for a moment. So you're just in this squatting pose with the fingers right in front of you. Spread across the fingers. Shift the weight forward. See if you can lean into those fingers and see if you can straighten the arms to lift up those legs. As you exhale, lower on down and lean on back here. Okay, we're going to do that again. Maybe this is a little higher level option, but it's a really nice posture to begin to take. So we shift the weight forward towards the wrist. We wrap the outer arms in. We begin to lean the weight forward, lean the weight forward, lean the weight forward. See if you can lift up. Maybe you press down and then drive those knees back. We're going to do it one more time. So spread across the fingers here. Firm the outer arms in. Shift the weight on forward. And then from here, wrap in, wrap in, wrap in. Keep pressing down, keep pressing down, keep pressing. Whoa, maybe the legs lift up off the mat. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. And then exhale, downward facing dog. As you feel ready, step the right foot in between your hands. This time directly in between. Both the arms up, warrior two. Straighten across that right leg. Hinge at that right hip. Release the right hand down to the mat. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. So see that that left ball of the foot, left pinky toe side of the foot presses down. Firm the left outer thigh in and breathe here. Continue to breathe as you inhale, lift that left arm up. And deeply into that right knee. Spin the right heel up, palm up towards the ceiling. Place the right hand on the back shoulder. Take the left hand, drive it up the back. Begin to lift the chest here as you begin to move into reverse warrior pose with fingers interlaced in Gomukhasana. See that your chest is turning towards the left side of the room, but you're still bending deeply into that right knee. That's it. Straighten across that leg one more time. You're going to hinge the hips slightly here, coming into a Trikonasana variation pose. Press down through the feet, firm the outer thighs in. Inhale, lift that chest on up. Bend deeply into that knee. Arms come out to the sides. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Step the left leg, or step the right leg back. Shift forward, plank. Hold here. Now, plank pose, you're going to press so much into your hands, you're going to take the feet together and come into what we feel like is a downward facing dog with our feet together. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to shift forward into plank and see if you can bring the shoulders right over the wrists. You're going to do that again. You're going to hug the belly in. Take the thigh bones back. Continue to peel out the chest. So you lengthen those legs on back. And then as you exhale, you're going to shift forward into plank pose. Good. One more time. Pressing through those hands. Firming the outer arms in. Breathe here as you lengthen back through those legs. And one more time, gliding forward into plank pose. Very nice. From plank pose, you're going to lower down those knees. You're going to lower down the chest all the way to the mat. Walk the hands on back. Hug the outer elbows on in. And breathe here. Spread across the fingers and see if you can lengthen through the chest to heart the sternum. Good. And then as you feel ready, begin to press the palms down. Begin to press the feet down. Inhale, peel up the chest. Exhale, floating on back for downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog pose, and as you feel ready, you're going to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening the chest on up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising the arms up towards the ceiling. Utkatasana chair pose. Straightening across those legs. And taking the arms out to the sides. Interlacing the fingers here behind the back. See that those fingers are interlaced. Take the feet a little bit wider apart. And as you begin to pull those hands down the back, begin to peel up and lift up the chest. So see that those outer elbows hug in. See that the chest lifts on up. And breathe here. Now you're going to take Baddha Uttanasana or Bound Uttanasana, Baddha Golyasana Uttanasana, forward fold. So take the arms interlaced over the head and release the head on down. Good, so breathe here. Keep wrapping those outer arms in. Keep firming the triceps in here as you engage the navel. Then come back up. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum. Interlace the fingers now in front of you. Push the palms forward, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Good, so press down through the feet. Firm the outer thighs in. Hug the belly in and keep lengthening through those arms. And again, hinge on forward. Interlace the hands behind the back, fingers interlaced here. Wrap the outer armpits in, firm in the triceps, and breathe. Good, and then as you inhale, you'll lift the chest on up. Interlace the fingers here, glide the fingers forward, and lift the arms on up. All right, and then from here, you'll take the hands to the hips. You'll bring the feet to step together. You'll bend the left knee, you'll spin the left heel in, and then you'll glide the left foot onto the right thigh crease. So we'll take our hands into the center chest here. You'll press the right thigh into the left foot, you'll press the left foot into the right thigh, and you'll come into this tree pose. So see that the left outer thigh is releasing down. Feel the right buttocks hugging in towards the midline. Allow both sit bones to release back down towards the heels as you lengthen through the sternum. So feel that belly drawing in. If you'd like, one more time here, you can interlace the fingers, take the palms forward in front of you, raise the arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. So as you lengthen through the fingers, continue to breathe here. Good, and then once again, hands come in through the center chest and releasing that leg on down. Right knee bends, spin the right heel out, glide the right foot up, place the right foot on top of the left thigh crease. Bring your hands to the center chest, interlace fingers here. Press your palms forward in front of you. Glide your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So firm the right thigh in, Let the buttocks flesh release back down towards the heels. And breathe here. Keep seeing that belly's hugging in. Keep lengthening through the arms. And breathing. Good. And then as you feel ready, gliding those hands back down to center. Driving that right leg back down. Interlace the fingers here. Pull the palms back away from one another. And glide the arms back up towards the ceiling. Wrap the outer triceps in here. Inhale, float the chest on up one more time. Bend deeply into those knees. Inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. So take those hands back down to the mat. Walk the feet back, downward facing dog. Good. Downward facing dog again, stepping the right foot in between the hands, spinning the left heel down. Inhale, warrior two pose. Okay, straighten across that right leg. For some reason, I don't know that I did the left side. So you're going to windmill the hands down to the mat. Sorry about that. You're going to step your left leg on forward. So I'm going to spin the mat just to show you guys. So you'll step your left foot in between the hands and spin the right heel down. Inhale, float those arms up for warrior two. All right? From warrior two, we'll straighten across that left leg, hinge at that hip, and come down into triangle pose. So lift through the right arm, and if I did it, I apologize. I just can't remember. Firm the left buttocks in and keep lifting through that right fingers. Press down through the right pinky toe mound of the foot. Drive the right thigh back. Hug the navel in. Continue to spread across the shoulder blades as you lengthen through the fingers here. Good. And then as you feel ready, inhale, float that right arm up and come back into warrior two. So in warrior two pose, you're going to glide the left fingers up towards the ceiling, right fingers down towards the mat. You're going to bend at that left elbow and place the left palm right behind the left shoulder. You're going to take the right elbow, bend it, drive the right fingers up the spine here and interlace the fingers. Good. Allow the left elbow to drive up towards the ceiling. Allow the right elbow to drive down towards the floor. See that your right pinky toe side of the foot's pressing back. See that your left knee is bending here. As you take yourself into, this is called Gomukhasana arms in warrior two pose. So you're going to turn your chest to face the side of the room, even though you bend that left knee. Now straighten across that left leg. Hinge at that left hip and spin the chest up towards the ceiling here. Inhale, floating the chest on up. Bend deeply into that knee and revolve the arms out to the sides. Good. Windmill the hands down to the mat, so I'll meet you on the other side. Stepping the left leg back, shifting forward through plank, Chaturanga, upward facing and downward facing dog. Okay. So hopefully we didn't do the other side twice, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. Step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel out, warrior two. All right? Warrior two pose again, straightening across that right leg. One more time, hinging at that hip and gliding your right hand down outside of the right foot. See that you firm the right outer buttocks in. So the right thigh bone draws in towards the midline of the body. Press down through the left ball of the foot. See that the left thigh drives back. Good. Now continue to firm in the navel here. And you're lengthening from the sternum all the way through to the crown of the head. Root down through the right palm and allow for the left arm to lift all the way up towards the ceiling. So as you inhale here, raise the entire torso up, come back and bend deeply into that right knee. Warrior two pose again. Straighten in through that right leg. Take your hands to your hips and spin both feet to parallel. As you feel ready, inhale, lift the chest up. We're going to take the other side here. So shift the weight over and glide both feet over to the other side. As you press to the right ball of the foot, see that you drive the left hip back. So right heel presses down, left thigh drives back. Glide your left hand down outside of the leg. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling here. As you press down through the left pinky toe, or the left big toe side of the foot, drive the left buttocks in towards the midline of the body. See that both sides of the chest are lengthening here. Continue to press down through that right thigh. So the right thigh is driving on back. Good. And as you continue to drive that thigh on back, look up towards those right fingers. So you're rooting down through the left palm. You're rebounding up through the right shoulder. And then as you inhale here, raise up through those right fingers, bend deeply into that left knee, warrior two pose, and straighten across that left leg. Now take your feet to parallel. Inhale, lengthen the chest on up, raise on up. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Interlace the hands behind the back again. Draw the elbows towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders away from the floor. Inhale, float the arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Wrap the outer armpits in. And continue to shift the weight forward from the heels to the toes. See that the inner kneecaps lift up. See that the thigh bones press on back, and breathe here. Continue to hug that belly in. Continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. And as you feel ready, inhale, float the chest back up, come back up to standing. Hands come to hips and spin over the right. Bend deeply into that right knee. Take the hands down to the mat and step your right leg back. As you shift forward, come into plank, lower down halfway, inhale, peel up. Exhale, pressing on back, downward facing dog pose. So spread across the fingers here. Wrap the outer triceps in. Firm the navel in towards the back of the spine. Soften that frontal chest here and lengthen the backs of those legs. Very nice. As you feel ready, you'll walk both feet forward towards the hands. And then you're going to kind of have a seat here as you squat on tops of your heels. So we're going to take Bakasana pose or crow pose here. And to teach the components of crow pose, you want to start with your hands and your feet because that's your foundation of the pose. Really, your arms are the foundation of the pose. The feet, we start with the feet because they're touching the ground. So you'll walk the hands forward of the knees or forward of the shoulders, and you'll begin to wrap the outer knees in or hug the outer knees in. And keep a spread across the fingers here. So the fingers are spread wide apart. You're going to lift up those hip bones and walk the hands back. So spread across the fingers here and continue to lengthen through the chest. Now hug that belly in. Inhale, float the left leg up. And then as you feel ready, float the right leg up. Maybe bring the feet together to touch and then release the feet on down. So I'm going to give us a little bit more detailed action in this pose. Okay. So your hands are spreading wide apart. Your elbows are bending. So we're actually setting up for Chaturanga Dandasana here. And you're hugging the inner legs in towards the tops of the triceps, or rather the tops of the shoulders. You're hugging those inner knees in towards your outer arms. And you keep this action throughout, but you do lift the pelvis up. When we lift the pelvis up, sometimes we have to walk the hands back, and we need to begin to shift the weight forward into Chaturanga Dandasana. So remember, in Chaturanga Dandasana, the head is not moving towards the floor. It's lifting as we prepare for upward facing dog, and then you might begin to lift the right leg up. So squeeze in through the thighs, squeeze in through the navel, and then lower that foot on down. Good. We're going to do the same to the other side. So you drive on forward, hug the outer elbows in, firm in the triceps, hug in the navel. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Good. And then exhale, float on down. Okay. So now, once again, we are prepared and ready. You can begin to attempt lifting both legs up. So firm in the triceps, hug in the navel. Spread across the fingers, lift the thigh bones up, hug in the belly, shift on forward, maybe lift both legs up, breathe here, and then exhale, lower on down. Walk the feet back, find your way into downward facing dog pose. Good. Downward facing dog pose, stepping the right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down, we're back to our warrior one, except this time we're going to straighten that leg. Take your hands to your hips. Step your left foot in slightly. Now see that your left hip drives to the right side of the room. So allow the left pinky toe side of the foot to press down. Allow the right big toe side of the foot to press down. Lift through the chest. Glide the right hand behind the back. Glide the left hand behind the back. Walk the hands up the back. Now press to the left pinky toe side of the foot and begin to glide your chest on forward. So your chest comes out forward. As you press to the big toe mound of your foot, you drive your right outer hip back. So you breathe here. Continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. And as you inhale, raise up through the torso, the trunk. And as you exhale, bend deeply into that right knee. Arms come up towards the ceiling. So we're in a much shorter stance, right? Straighten across that right leg one more time. Hinge the weight on forward. This time, take your hands down to the mat. See that your hands are right underneath the shoulders. Continue to draw your right outer hip back. Continue to press your left outer hip forward. So as you press through the pinky toe side of your left foot, you may be able to feel your left hip drawing forward again. Good, be here. Now take your right hand and place it on your right hip crease. Keep pressing back into that left pinky toe side of the foot. Drive the right hip in, pin the right hip in, and feel the belly hugging in as you float the right arm up towards the ceiling. So continue to breathe here as you spread across the shoulders. See that that left foot is driving down. See that that right arm is lengthening up, rooting down through the left palm, lengthening through the entire right side of the chest. Inhale, floating that arm up. Whoa, we come back up to standing. Bend deeply into that right knee. Straightening across that leg again. And then as you exhale, bending and releasing the hands on down. Stepping your right leg back, shifting forward for plank, Chaturanga, upward facing and downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, spreading across the fingers, firming in the triceps here, hugging in the navel. The navel, the spine, the sternum. And now you'll step your left foot in between your hands. You'll spin the right heel down. Inhale, warrior one pose. So we start in warrior one. And then we straighten across that left leg. Take your right foot, step it on forward. Take your hands and bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. You could bring your thumbs to touch, your forefingers to touch, and breathe here. And then from here, as you feel ready, drive your right shoulder forward and drive your left hip back. So the feet are pressing down. You're rooting down through both feet. And you're feeling the left leg drawing back. It's getting longer. And as you press down through the right pinky toe side of the foot, the right hip is drawing forward. Okay, breathe here. As you inhale, lengthening through the chest. Bend deeply into that knee. Inhale, float the arms up. Good. As you exhale, you're going to straighten across that left leg again. Take the hands forward, take the hands forward, take the hands forward, and release the hands down to the mat. So keep that chest long here. Press down through the right ball of the foot. Firm in the belly. See that the chest lengthens on forward. And plant your right hand down right underneath your right shoulder. Take the left hand, place it on the left hip. So you can always use a block here if you need to. Keep driving that left hip back. So if you were to place your hands on your low back, you almost would be able to carry a plate of food on your back, because that's how even your sit bones are. Inhale, float the left arm up towards the ceiling. So light bend in that left knee. And as you inhale, raise that left arm on up. Good. This is called Prasarita Trikonasana, twisting triangle pose. Inhale, lift that left arm up. Come back up. Bend into that knee. Inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, glide the hands on down and step your left leg on back. Shift forward into plank pose. Lower those knees down. Lower the chest all the way down to the mat. So take your hands and interlace your hands behind your back. See that the elbows are facing the ceiling. Begin to pull the fingers back towards the tailbone as you lengthen through the chest all the way through the crown of the head. Hug the belly in here and see that the toes begin to revolve down towards the mat. See that the belly's hugging in. Inhale, float the right leg up. Firm the right outer buttocks in. Breathe here as you lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. Maybe lift the left leg up. Firm the left leg in. Lengthening through the chest, heart, and the sternum. Breathe here as you stay low in the body and lengthening through the chest. As you exhale, release the head on down and breathe. Good, we're going to do the other side. So as you feel ready, interlacing the fingers the opposite way, pulling the fingers back behind you, wrapping the outer triceps in, firming in the navel, hugging in the belly, breathing here. So you continue to lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum. And breathing, maybe floating the right leg up, maybe floating the left leg up. Finding your way into Shavasana pose, Locust Pose. And as you exhale, gliding those feet on down. Take the hands down to the mat, press down through the knees, press down through the feet. Walk the knees forward, sweep the legs around, and find your way onto your back as you hug your knees into your chest. So once again here, we're going to take these legs and we're going to lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling here. Lift the arms up as well, why not? So as you feel ready, you're going to lower both legs down to about 1 inch off the floor. And as you inhale, raise those arms up, or legs up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, legs draw to about 1 inch off the floor. Keep looking at the belly. Inhale, raising those legs on up. Exhale, lowering those legs to about 1 inch off the floor. So if you can't do this, you could bend the knees and release down. Inhale, floating on up. 2 more times. Lowering down. So we hold here. We're squeezing in the belly. Inhale, floating on out. 1 more time. Lowering down. Hovering. All right, inhale, hugging the knees into the chest. As you hug the knees into the chest, take the arms out to the sides and glide the knees over towards your left. If you'd like, just hover those knees off the mat. Breathe here as you press down through the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Take the other side. Come back to center. So come back to center here. Take the hands, grab hold of the sides of your mat, walk in the left shoulder under, walk the right shoulder under. Inhale, find your way into bridge pose. Hug that belly in, lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. And then exhale, lower that pelvis on down. You're going to do this again. So press down through the feet, interlace the fingers under the back this time, and roll the shoulders under. Lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. So as you breathe here, press down through the tops of the feet. Wrap your outer triceps in. Wrap your outer thigh bones in. Wrap your outer thighs in. Feel the navel hugging in towards the belly. Feel the shoulder blades moving in towards the chest. Lengthening through the sternum here. Breathe. And as you exhale, lower on down. Good. Now take your block. Place it right underneath your low back. If you don't have a block, just take your legs up the wall. We're going to be doing a pose called Viparita Karani, which is called like inverted action pose. Vipariti means inverted. Karani means action. So our legs are in action in an inverted way. Our body's in action in an inverted way. Take the knees into the chest. Float the legs all the way up towards the ceiling. If you feel like your balance is unheavy here, you can lower the block down onto the lowest setting. I have it on the medium setting right now, but it does require a sense of balance and position in the body. Lifting those legs up and breathing here. So guys, this is the variation that is kind of a similar to shoulder stand. And you're breathing here. Keep hugging in that belly. Keep lengthening through those legs. And then as you feel ready here, just begin to bring those knees back to a bent position. So my apologies with the, I don't know how much into the frame it is, but I'm sorry about the, all right, perfect. Okay, so as you feel ready here, what you're gonna do is take your legs and you're gonna place blocks on either side of your legs, just like this. Placing blocks on either side of your legs and breathing here. Let the outer legs release, let the inner legs release. Breathing into the legs, breathing into the chest. Good, and then from here, we're gonna release fully into Shavasana. So we're only gonna be here for a few minutes. So let the breath be long and slow, and just relax the body. And just continue to release here. You'll be here for about another minute. And as you continue to breathe here in your Shavasana, I'm going to guide you through a gentle meditation. Eyes relax. Ears relax. And belly relax. Spine relax. Breath, gentle, long and slow. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And one more time, breathing out. So as you feel ready, bringing these knees back to a bent position, rocking these knees right and left. And eventually taking these knees to a bent position, bringing your hands into the center chest. I'm sorry, rolling your body over to the side. Resting your way on up. Now, Coming to a cross-legged position, bring your hands into the center chest. As you feel ready, exhale, releasing the chin towards the chest. Namaste. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be well, be happy, my friends. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. My name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our Vinyasa Flow Level 1-2 class. Happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 o'clock. So hopefully you guys can join us for one of these classes. Guys, if you're tuning in, please hit the like button or the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Also, please feel free to comment and share the videos as you wish. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. If you feel like sending any contributions, always grateful for those. Have a great day, yogis. Be well, be happy, my friends. And as we say, namaste. So thank you guys so much. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye, guys.